ENCE at the top of the bottom. I mean, this, the straight cut across. Yeah. Oh, it is perfect.
Ember's not paying any attention to that whatsoever. Actually, Azax will go down by the hands of Virtue as the actually Mezzanines gets taken. Records didn't actually see the player jumping out there.
Alamau takes a fair bit of damage, but Records is the one that goes down and is dropped finally by Doki on the roll of the clash. And at this point, 5 versus 1, a 4 and a 3 versus 1. He's gonna see if he can. Mirror window on IT is exactly the same as well. Any entrance towards the A or the B side pretty much can be watched from above, as can Doki, who was trying to watch out of a window but suffers.
Happens, just trying to bring the aggression, not working out this time around. Alamau missed the opportunity on Jax walking by, but Jax wasn't bothered by it. Azax in the meantime just swooping in for that kill. So great start to the round so far for ENCE as they try and continue on the little bit of pace that they've been able to build as Benja comes around the corner. It's a player waiting there.
I mean, that was one of those timing moments there. It was pretty prepped and ready. For the swing round, Uno goes down as well, and for all the compliments I paid to how you can hold this above, it's paid no dividends for G2. Instead of going down to the basement, they've sort of played what is statistically a tertiary site here. This point hasn't netted anything, has the hard breach, has the kit, and now they don't have a Rykos. At this point, time is just slipping away from them. They've not really been able to get the grip. I say as he finally finds the kill onto Doki, but with a minute left to attack the basement, onto the close left, just on the side of the double window, one on the door as well. But what other options do they have? G2, it's very easy to weigh up where they need to be. Jax, well, he might get caught from the swing round. There's at least one back. Benja Master is the one that can pull all of this away. They're just going to plant, tucked on the inside. There's one in the reveal of the player. Sprays through, gets the second. There's 3. Benja.
And the information out to him.
Well, there's the catch. Through the breach, Uno takes the head off the skies. They lose the Grim. They lose some of that sort of first test and pressure in. They still have every sort of pocket bit of utility that they... But with Uno prepped on one side of Fish and Alamau prepped on the other, as soon as this break comes through, does Azax have something to smash this open quickly? No, but there's the smoke canister. There's the shotgun around the back of it. There's one. Rykos does get Uno on stairs as well, so they've done some damage. The air jab's just going to stop them swinging out the back, but they need to try and get rid of the shotgun at the top of the stairs. Virtue has the cover. Azox has to leave. And unfortunately, the quick strike hasn't quite worked.
Definitely hasn't. They heard him rotate out as well as the last one standing now of his team in a 1v4 situation. This might become a bit of a pseudo timeout for ENCE.
Snako starts to work on towards the external hatch itself. Just get themselves that split angle, 50 seconds, and Uno, he's very good at C4 fishing, but unfortunately, no bite and no catch from Nako this time. This one, however, from Benja. Oh, that removes Skies. Cannot get the second. They swing onto the side door. Azox, a big take, sprays towards a single player stuck in the corner, but how do you remove him? Doki, he dabbles with the fight down the long corridor, either side smoked off by Rykos, but he can't quite move in. That might have been a smoke to try and get himself further forward or separate Doki from the fight itself, but it hasn't quite worked. Can they force out Alamau? Virtue finds Nako. There is Doki onto 1. There is Doki onto 2. And the third is Jax struggling to find.
Then you start to worry even more.
Yeah, 100%. It's weird how Labs sort of showed up. And it's like, hey, I'm that other sort of clubhouse map. However many years. Sorry, I got lost venturing. Sky's got lost in front of Uno's gun. And it finds its way, as he said, it's built on fundamentals. It's built on being able to take portional map control, getting your hard breach on, playing more traditional roles. And that's something that G2 like to put the pressure onto because they're confident enough to go for the swing. They know fully that there is this player shot from underneath by Doki. Rykos now desperately low on health. You have an IQ. You have an IQ, and they are so far away. You've still got Alamau above that's going to go and aggressively retake the space. You're just having to send it on the single hatch that's open. And okay, Uno finds one, Uno finds another. Did get a kill before it ended, but play their game at this moment.
Not sure how wide the opening has become. I think that is maybe faultable for the players out there, but Alamau just has to play her and be like active and around. Actually finds a trade onto Rykos after.
He's only going to get shot from pretty much every single angle if he goes to the entrance. Is some of that width coming, but it's Virtue onto a single breach. And Uno does find something to break the deadlock, and that's going to be the call to arms. Look at that. Yeah. I said they just needed the controller top blue. They get the couple of kills there. Alamau's touch around the corner. There's a bit of a last rotate round. The C4 doesn't quite, does get the connection. Doesn't quite get both of them, but 1 versus 3. One of them's a Monty. It's right on your right shoulder. You're trying to focus on a single fight. Wants to force this engagement, waiting for some support. Alamau is playing this very safe.
The team is this comfortably in the lead. It's just that there's a major spot on the line, you know, which is why every single round will be taken very serious. A great kill to come in from Doki, and that's suddenly a giant gap in the sight.
I mean, there it is, smashing their way through. Uno's going for the plant itself. Warden's doing their best to try and hold off, but the smoke passes and nobody is home. G2 said thank you for the sight. We've planted, we're moving off. Azox is looking everywhere for a fight, spraying through, but gets caught anyway. And I think at this point,
out again as well as the Bees are coming in to give NAKO's position away.
Oh, does get Virtue. Great shot. As the pressure might start to come around towards the top of red. Monty is in and knocked right back out. Didn't check for Azox, and Uno caught here. Now all of this weight, all of this pressure should lead round onto Alamau. He's playing against it. He does have the ability to smash one of those Kivas from a bit of range, but they're going to see if they can do that instead. Threads the needle, finds the kill, but with Alamau being caught by Skies as well. Just Doki and Benja in a 2 versus 4. What can they try and get out of this?
It's a bit of an odd one to lose your shield the way they did, because they spotted out that Azox was around earlier. Just get shot in the sides. The upper hand in each and every single fight.
It's a false start. No two ways about it. Cannot get, without forcing out Azox, they can't really get anything. There's the pressure onto one of them. That'll free up the fight onto the second, but they haven't gone very far. Doki's able to get that kill. As I said, they isolated it. Where do they go next? There's 2 lined up. Doki fed, and there's the final one picked, but you wonder a little bit what ENCE thought was going somewhere. I mean, there's a lot of options that's offered. My favorite one with this lineup is the idea of going up the freezer hatch and getting straight into the site. They've tried a part of that, but it's actually only come up ENCE. Single Claymore got the take. Azox heard the zip. And Doki reloading, caught from the drop down. He did do some damage, but the adaptation on this play hasn't quite worked.
It's definitely quick.
Yeah, but as I said, the usual play of that is you sort of smoke off the dining table itself, you put the pressure on, the C4s get the, you know, there's only 2-3 clips left. They've done this very well. They haven't given them any avenues, any chances to get extra kills, extra...
See the buck coming in as well at the very same time. Rykos finding himself stuck and spotted right now in the actual train area.
Oh, Deimos just got the end of that fight there. A little bit of an overconfident sprint. Maybe thought they were a step active, so you assume Adrune got close to him. But even then, that'll just pull more information away. Benja finds Jax. At some point, the Vigil has to activate, has to try and operate his way down. And Alamau, free to rotate. Skies gets 2, though, very important. Rhea's control back. Suddenly, this power position G2 were in was absolutely taken away from them, and even more time now is into the hands of the Vigil.
Not just that, but also like when I player that's on 1 HP. Like, this guy should have died already at this point, as Azox just fires blindly through the smoke. We'll find Alamau. And suddenly everything is back in complete control of ENCE. We still have NAKO up above. Surely there's been a call right now by any of the flank drones that, you know, he's coming by because the RC7 is active. As Ben just starting to push through, Rose right through the smoke. Does he know about the player out here? Spots one, doesn't know about any of the others though.
I mean, really, this should have been G2's round. Everything has just fallen away from them. They had the 5 versus 3 situation with one of those 3 being on the top floor and not yet activated. A fight.
And that's really bringing the fight towards the outside here. Benja is getting himself set up with some track stingers. Is first of all going to match the sound as it goes on. Skies just here's Virtue run by
Punish ENCE, who are just able to freely open themselves other angles. You look at the previous map that we had, and that was entirely what G2 was doing. Here, there's a swing round, there's a take onto the first. Alamau's going to make sure he has the cover onto the second. Anyone else can execute Nako. There's Benja watching for the rotate from underneath. Doesn't quite net the kill. Does a lot of damage to Rykos, who can cause some problems later. Azok's on Lumber, wants to lean in. Keeps some control on towards Pixel, not quite netting a result. Another pulse of Lion, but G2, they got that one kill. They got themselves some strong control. They haven't got the swing round, I say, until Uno able to execute Rykos, finally finds the end. Alamau finds Azox, and this is more of that G2. There was that period of sitting and waiting for things to be set up, and then they find that setup, and everything seems to fall away. Doki.
and also chose the map. It's like there's multiple map variants.
Yeah.
Just depends on how you...
That was the recent change. I always forget it. I'm old, I'm warm, and Nako's dead. And Doki's also been caught. My mistake.
Play out, and especially that last one. Really no need for it as Alamau down on the hunt. Actually an enemy outside. Virtue misses the opportunity. Repeats back in. Sky's just decided to go for it.
Buy some seconds and, you know, give an impression that someone else is running out, that they're surrounded. Let them open up snow door. It obviously didn't work. 4 versus 2. G2 prepped up to get themselves the even half here. Azox, he's not entirely going to throw himself up. There's a fight that's coming through that Uno is well prepared for. Quite actually get the snap, but does get dropped. And will they get the pick back up? They will. The kit's cold. The cap can offers them that with 50 seconds left. A lot of time here for G2 to formulate a take. The pre-fire gets the drop. There's the finish. A little bit more to slow them down, but the attention needs to sort of be paid towards this. The swing in. Oh, is it? Oh, somehow one out. Not entirely sure. It was a threading a needle made of a Kiba barricade. Jax gets his second at the top of red, and ENCE, what a smash through here onto the top. Doki gets one, gets caught a bit by the upside down rappel on the white stairs, gets himself in towards Freezer. Now they have the split, with Virtue offering some cover, some protection. How aggressive
surge
does Doki want to be? They know one's in towards Cigar. Virtue desperate for the kill, finds it. The adrenaline surge, pops the intel. He's pushing further and further inside the cigar shop. Does he know how close they are? No! Jax gets it locked. The Deimos track forces the player further and further back. Either side getting the split through, can't quite get the connection. There's mute jammers that caused a bit of a slow in the problem, but you know, Doki's a player who loves to scrap, and he finds it. The rotate round behind him though, it's Lumber. 56 seconds and it's pinged. Jax, his location is being revealed. Doki's pre-firing, so he sort of says, I know that you know that I know. There's the take, there's the miss. Jax in a sliver of health just as Doki is up.
When he pops, he hears the noise. He's trying to find it, sees him, but loses his life. Skies, he saw the small opening, he was ready to go for it, shuts him down, and a quick rush into the side happens.
I mean, it's just trading. It's just throwing themselves back and forth, suddenly seeing an opportunity to go for the side itself, it being locked out.
Grenades are being tossed up. They know exactly where Skies is located. Jax will find a kill onto Alamau to bring it back to 2-2. And there's still 1:10 left on the clock. It is so much time.
Cured. Oh, he's not even sure where, and caught out on cam again. Yeah, it's one of those lessons that people learn when you play more and more Siege, and one of the most common things is Rykos eliminates Doki, is it's not just about the pressure that you can put on your opponents, but it's also the angle being open, the destruction and the cover of Alamau.
They need to go for a bakery take here. There's just so much pressure towards the backside. They actually need to either deal with them, but with 30 seconds, you don't have a lot of time for that. And it seems like they're actually going to take these fights.
I mean, they need to try and take something at this point. They're really running on a sliver of time. The swings around on the back of a blind. A great take on towards the first. We've seen a 5 versus 3 go away from the attackers. Rykos is making sure it doesn't quite get to that situation. Skies, he's holding onto the back of the bomb chassis. Alamau's no longer holding onto the bomb chassis. Uno, all that's left by a systematic removal of G2 players here and
off, but if he would have waited for like 10, 20 seconds longer, he would have been able to find a kill with that. Where did that come from? Alamau from the window will find Rykos. A great bit of utility that he's taken out early here.
Any approach onto that castle barricaded area, that's a fun bug. Now we're in the old times. That's going to be one of those sort of moments. Yeah, we've gone back towards it's a night map
sound as well at this point.
It's a night map.
So we're going to cut the sound as well to really make it feel the part and put subtitles under. Stokey going to take a fight onto the stairs. Oh, hit fire hatch still. And a second one to come through from the window. A great round as he goes for the third. Doki one as well. Still 6 left in pocket though for a minute 30 to play with. Doki, however, is down below, roaming as a mirror. Don't see that one often. He's looking to find at least something happen as Nako will find Virtue, so the entry kill will be there for the side of ENCE, and a second one at that.
I mean, throw himself in a building with an LMG, and Azos can make magic happen. A 4 versus 2 with the C4, being able to find a single one, but it's once again Doki and Benja in this 2 versus situation to see if they can piece this together. There is a minute, there is plenty of time for them to calculate and reevaluate how they want to make the approach. Doki dreamed of the swing out there, but he's actually going to be gifted with half a fight on towards the top floor, gets himself rotated back round. Got a big bite out of Skies.
He has information. He just got a ping earlier, so he knows someone's around on the pillar side, but he just misses the engagement and has to fall back again. But that at least leaves them guessing, like, hey, where is this one player gone? As Doki finds yet another one.
3 versus 2, much closer, much more sort of eyeable and enviable as Benja goes for the rotate up the top. If he wins out, suddenly the 2 versus 2 with the vertical control. They're having to stack themselves in on the plant. This hold from ENCE, this superior position is down to a 1 versus 1. Benja versus Jack's a name that we keep seeing in the final throws. Benja!
A single person around in the garage area right now from the side of ENCE. If you would be able to shut them down, suddenly the entirety of White Stairs becomes available to you, as it seems actually like we will be seeing a bit of a bakery push to come in. Azix has an opportunity to jump in and find an angle onto Uno if they drone him out, but I believe they might have just missed him as they went through Rykos.
30 seconds, ENCE, you have to activate, you have to throw yourself an Uno. There's one, he cannot find the second before he's traded out. They are well aware of what's going on behind him. The bodies are dropped and traded either side, but the body advantage is in G2's favor, is in G2's pocket. ENCE, 10 seconds, 2 players, their only chance at staying in this is Skies. Holding onto the plant, getting this locked in. Here comes 3 big names. There goes one French name, G2!